or not doing well at school.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks.
Yeah, well, the thing I love about you is you teach parents through your books is to peel back the onion, if you will, to get to the bottom or the root of what is actually disrupting the child. And many times it's not what you think, right?
Exactly. It's not a mental health diagnosis. It's often stress on the child that parents aren't aware of. Mm-hmm. Children are more stressed these days. There's more distractions. There's more activities and electronic devices, and sometimes these could be sources of stress. So, getting at the root cause of things is what I do in my practice.
Well, since you brought up devices, electronic devices, what is your stance on that? I know we're going to be talking about mindful meditation and the autism epidemic, because the person that, I don't know if you heard the opening of the show, but this friend of mine who has a grandson that's got autism is now 24, he's very big and he's very violent, but the one thing that he does is he can play games and watch movies, and that's about it.
Well, at least he has that. But I wonder if he was playing games and watching movies at a very young age.
Well, that's why, that's a question. So is it damaging to do that? I don't think.
Well, there is some research, and right now this is just coming out of Europe, although there is a study going on at Drexel University in Pennsylvania about how overexposure to screens in the early years, say from 1 to 4, and it was, say, 4 to 6 hours a day of screens, whether television or iPads or smartphones, can lead to symptoms that look like autism.
Really?
And if these devices are taken away, then the child reverts back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now, so this research is in its very early stages. As I say, it's mostly coming from Europe, from France and Romania, but there is a study in Pennsylvania. And a colleague of mine is working on a book on it. He's at Cornell University. So there is some evidence to show that it's best to, in the early years of a child, it's best to take them out in nature, hiking in the woods, reading them books, doing other things beside the electronics.
Yeah, I personally think they're very destructive. I see, children, out and about that are just absolutely captivated by these devices and ignore everything that's going on around them. I think focus is good for children, but not on that. Maybe on reading a book or other things that they could do out in nature. But, we're talking today about mindful meditation and the autism epidemic. There has been a tremendous rise in the diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. And, starting back, and this, and a lot of people listening know this, in 1975, it was about 1 in 5,000 children. And now the recent reportings in 2018 are 1 in 36, according to Generation Rescue. That is Jenny McCarthy's nonprofit treatment center for children with autism. And so what do you think is contributing to this increase in autism?
Well, I think that what I'm hearing in my office is that mothers are overwhelmed, more overwhelmed than ever. Many mothers are working full time. They have high stress jobs, and then they come home, and it's difficult to shift gears and go right from work to being in the moment with their child, to really being there with their child. And they have dinner to cook. They have calls to answer, emails to answer, and they're simply distracted, and this distraction takes away from quality time with their children. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to be seen to be blaming mothers or parents in any way.
Right.
People are doing the best they can to, provide for their families. But autism, when it was coined very early on in 1943, it was thought to be the result of maternal deprivation, of not having enough mother love. And that became known as the refrigerator mother theory. Mm-hmm. And, of course, it became very unpopular because mothers were doing the best they can, and they really didn't want to be blamed, and I don't blame them at all.
Right.
So, but I do feel that because of modern life, and what I'm hearing in my office is parents are just overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And so where mindfulness comes in is teaching parents to create a boundary between work life and home life,
Mm-hmm.
and just give themselves a few minutes to, maybe even in their car before they walk into the house, to breathe, to let go of work, to let go of distractions, and then to try to really be there for their children.
Mm-hmm.
So one way they can be there with their children is to turn off all electronic devices, turn off the TV, put the cell phone in another room, take the iPad away, and just be there in the moment with their child. Say, oh, how was school today? What's going on? And just being in the moment with the children. And that's one way that mothers can nurture children.
Right. And I think when they're younger, it's more important. I want to talk about how mindful meditation can help those with emotional disorders. But before I do, I as you were speaking, I was thinking of my own childhood. And, I'm sure my mother cuddled me a lot, or my grandparents or my older siblings did when I was little. I got enough love. Obviously, I turned out okay. And so, but my mom, I don't remember my mother. I don't have a lot of memories of my mother, coddling me or... we pretty much got up early in the morning and we were gone all day out in the woods playing with our cousins. And I don't remember spending a lot of one-on-one time with my mother. Of course, now I had 8 brothers and sisters, and so we were a large family. And so you wouldn't expect a mother taking care of all those children to have a lot of time for each one. But my point is I turned out okay. And so, I don't know how we should really look at this.
Well, I suspect, and I have the same memory as you do. I don't remember one-on-one time, but I also had a large extended family.
Yeah, me too.
My grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. So I had other caregivers besides my mother being in the moment with me who really cared about me and who didn't work. My mother didn't work. I guess yours didn't either.
She did a little. She was a nurse, so she did the late shift.
Okay.
She did the late shift from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. and took naps and prepared. I don't know how she did it, actually, Dr. Wedge. I don't know how she did it. She must have had a lot of good luck with all of her chores.
And she must have really had the skill of being there for you and your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Of being, that's not the only factor. I mean, there are definitely other factors. So temperamentally, you're probably not a shy person since you have a radio show.
Yeah.
So it takes more than, say, absence of mothering. Some kids now who are shy, introverted, who tend to be focused, say, on science, who are interested in the way things work. And these interests are being overly focused on and the child is often put on the autism spectrum, whereas what they really are is shy and introverted. And yesterday I was in my office with 2 parents, and their 8-year-old son had just been diagnosed as autistic, which I don't believe that he is because he's anyway. I said, I think that when I was a child, I liked being alone. I was very shy. I had social anxiety. Today, I would have been diagnosed as autistic.
Really?
And the 2 parents both said we would too.
Wow. Well, that's one of the things I want to discuss with you. Can you stay with us for a couple more minutes if we go to break to talk about the autism spectrum and what those different levels mean? Super. All right. So, everyone, we'll be right back with more with Dr. Marilyn Wedge, PhD, talking about mindful meditation and the autism epidemic. You are listening to One Life Radio.
I'm gonna rid myself a house in the shade of the free.
Hello, I'm Allie McGraw for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Our animal companions rely on us, especially during a natural disaster. If you're forced to evacuate your home, do not leave your animals behind. Visit helpinganimals.com.
Today, we're here to tell you about the success of Squatty Potty. Consumers are experiencing the healthful benefits from having the correct posture when eliminating the toxic and harmful fecal waste from their bodies. Now, Squatty Potty has made it portable. Introducing Porta Squatty. Now you can experience the healthful benefits no matter where the road takes you. It easily folds up and fits into a discreet carrying bag the size of a book. Porta Squatty. Available at Bed Bath Beyond, Amazon, or for an exclusive discount of 25% off your entire order, use code ONELIFE at checkout at squattypotty.com.
Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with a clean mind. Start today with Sun Warrior Blend Raw Vegan Protein. For more information, go to sunwarrior.com and start living clean today.
Hi, everyone. It's Bernadette. Everyone knows that I'm a strong believer in the numerous health benefits of cannabinoids and CBD oils. As with any supplement, I always do my research and my homework to find the highest quality product on the market. That's why I'm so happy to announce our partnership with the H Hemp Company, founded by a group of the most experienced and respected names in the CBD community. H Hemp offers a line of innovative products that are all natural and tested for quality. Choose from flavorful oils, restorative body balm, and minty breath spray, all at affordable prices. And for every H Hemp product sold, the company makes a donation towards the fight against opioid and anti-anxiety drug addiction, an epidemic affecting millions of families across the nation today. H Hemp products produce a sense of calm, fight post-workout inflammation, and the company gives back to our community. What more could we ask for? Search online for H Hemp Company and use the code OLR for 20% off your first order. That's OLR for 20% off your first order.
Hey, this is Sean Wells of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. One Life Radio is proud to partner with the ISSN. The ISSN is the world's leading scientific organization dedicated to the science of supplements and sports nutrition. For their latest conferences and events, go to the ISSN.org. That's the ISSN.org.
Did you know there are over 3,000 kinds of snakes? And most, being shy, pose no threat to humans. But they are still feared and killed even for frivolous fashion. In his poem Snake, D.H. Lawrence marvels at a snake drinking from a water trough. He succumbs to irrational fear and impulsively throws a log at the very animal he admired moments before. He writes, "And immediately I regretted it. I thought how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education, and I wished he would come back, my snake, for he seemed to me again like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld." This is Ingrid Newkirk with Peter, reminding us it's easy to be kind by choosing fake snake over real skin for belts, bags, and shoes.
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I've got Robin Perry Braun in studio with me and Marilyn Wedge on the line. We're talking about mindful meditation and the autism epidemic. Marilyn Wedge is a PhD and a licensed marriage and family therapist in Westlake Village, California. Her most recent book is A Disease Called Childhood, Why ADHD Became an American Epidemic. Dr. Wedge has a popular blog on Psychology Today, and she can be reached at MarilynWedgePhD.com. Okay, so Marilyn, let's continue talking about this. And I hope you don't, am I being too informal by calling you Marilyn. I feel like I know you so well from reading all your wonderful books.
Fine. My patients call me Marilyn.
Okay, good. I just love all the work that you've done over your career. So we were talking kind of about practicing better mindfulness with our children, and I wanted to ask you specifically, how does mindful meditation